Listening to Speaker Ryan, you've heard from the from Chairman Schiff, or the ranking member, Chairman Adam Schiff. Where do we go from here?
Well, ultimately, this will land at the feet of the House Ethics Committee, and that's the real, rather stark development this hour. The idea that the House Ethics Committee is taking up a formal investigation of whether Devin Nunes broke the rules of the House, specifically Rule 10, Clause 11G, Sub-Rule 4, which suggests that Devin Nunes may have improperly disclosed classified information when he, before cameras last month, said that there are multiple FISA warrants out there. This was in the news conference that he gave both on Capitol Hill and then at the White House, when he came to learn, as we understand it perhaps by White House aides, that these intelligence reports were out there with either allusions to Trump transition team members or the names of Trump transition team members unmasked. Nunes says that these charges are politically motivated and entirely false, and he looks forward to making his case before the House Ethics Committee. But ultimately, and you heard it from Speaker Ryan, this proved to be a distraction. The idea that the House Ethics Panel would take up this investigation and would decide whether, in fact, Devin Nunes broke the rules of the House, that was something that the Republicans could no longer abide. And so Nunes will step aside temporarily. He'll still remain chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, but when it comes to the oversight of this Russia probe, he'll turn it over to the most senior member of the panel besides him, and that's Mike Conway of Texas. He also says that other senior members of the panel will help him, including Trey Gowdy, oversee this investigation. But I think it's really important to stress the fact that this is only a result of a formal investigation by the House Ethics Committee disclosed this morning.
You know, in Adam Schiff's statement, he says that he's looking forward to working in the unified and nonpartisan way that an investigation of this seriousness demands. But one has to ask, is it too late for the House investigation? The Senate investigation is up and running, and the general feeling was that finally we're going to get a serious investigation into Russian meddling. Can the House investigation build back its reputation?
It might not be too late, Anne-Marie, and I think it's important to stress what you heard from Adam Schiff. He looks forward to moving forward in all this. The panel's only held really one public hearing where we did hear from, the FBI director, and a lot of news was made at that hearing. And since then, there's not been another opportunity for the public to get a sense of where this investigation lies. It's been kind of sort of mired in this partisan rancor. With Devin Nunes, the charge specifically with respect to him was not only did he potentially violate the House rules by disclosing classified information, which we now know is a subject of the Ethics Committee review, there was also the idea that he was just simply personally too close to the Trump White House. He was a member of the transition team, and then you had very public displays where he went hard charging down to the White House, briefed the president. There were a lot of suggestions that perhaps he violated the separation of powers because he went right to the president, didn't even share the information with his fellow committee members, saw it as his obligation to inform the president of something he had learned, not his fellow members of the House, who essentially he serves with and on behalf of. So that was what was, I think, very interesting to watch play out, and ultimately it has led to the Speaker of the House to make the decision, along with Chairman Nunes, that this was the right thing to do to temporarily remove himself from the Russia probe.
All right, Stephen Portnoy breaking it down for us.